G'day everyone. Alrighty, gonna have a bit of a look see what we get in the box of the 148 Airfix Blackburn Buccaneer S.2B. So this obviously is their second boxing. The first one I did was the Navy variant, which I sort of put off because it's just monotone colour. I prefer a bit of camouflage going on, and as mentioned when I said what I'm building in the next 12 months, I'll be doing the Operation Red Flag scheme, but again I also mentioned I like all schemes, they're all nice. So let's see if Airfix has given me any surprises this time around. As you can see, I've not looked. Alrighty, there's my visor so I can put it in there. So we got the, it looks like I've definitely switched the plastic type to the darker grey, which is harder than the original plastic they used to use, which is quite funny because a lot of people don't like it, but I actually got quite accustomed to it and I liked it. But anyway, bloody hell, decal sheet, it's gigantic. Alrighty, I got the usual info about the aircraft. Oh, look at this, I've forgot to use my good cutting mat. Hang on, I'm going to pause and put it in. There we go, sorry about that. Alright, so straight up, depending on the scheme, looks like we got different things going on. Drill out these holes if building the A scheme. So there's 12 holes to drill out there. And then reference. Apply underwing decals before attaching pylons and weapons. Note, refer to steps 135 to 142 on page 30. Oh, scheme B, scheme C. And scheme D, alright. Interesting. Alright, so straight off the bat, you will need to know what scheme you're doing. Oh, okay, this is different. And there's a positioning of decals in the cockpit. That's unusual. Anyway, now we start the build with the ejection seat. So your whole first 11 steps is your seat, then you're into the tub. And seats by 2, that is, not 1. And seats going into said tub, and then we got your nose weight you will require. So what are they? It looks like this is just an internal part to put your nose weight in. From what I can see, it's not going to be seen. So 15 grams, but I'd be trying to get more than that because just to be on the safe side. So you've got the ladders, boarding ladders in the kit if you want to display it as such. More holes being drilled out, so your nose section is cockpit details going on the walls, and then you got the tub going in, so that's that part that the nose weight is going into. As far as I can tell, that's the only purpose of serving. So if that's the case, you can use something like the lead shot that you can fill it right up, put the cap on, and away you go. But I'll be doing a dry fit as to how much you can actually fit into that, because you might need to put a bit somewhere else. Instrument panel combing going on after the nose goes together. The HUD, and you're onto the interior, the intake section of the aircraft, which will be part of the wheelbase. Engine looks like it's got some surface detail on it. So there's the option to have the engine cover open. As they're mentioning here, you miss certain steps if you want to have the engine cover closed, so you wouldn't be putting in these hoses and whatnot. Excuse me. Alright, so we've got a template being used. Use H10 as a template to check correct size of cutout. So, okay, if you want the engines displayed, you need to cut out the green highlighted section of your plastic. And then you've got the option of wing fold as well. So this area will be for wings folded, and if you don't want wings folded, go to step 55. So 48 to 54 is wings folded. This will be one of those ones I might do one up, one down, but I might have to have a bit of a look-see how often, if it's the Royal Air Force, did they actually fold the wings up on these things, or was it just the Navy? Alright, so once your wing sections together, they plug onto the fuselage, and then you got the top of the fuselage going on. Just be really careful building this to listen to all their tips along the way, what's going on here. So to allow correct alignment with the rear fuselage, see step 67 on page 20. Do not use glue on the surfaces highlighted in red. So that bulkhead for where the intake, the engine exhaust section by the looks of it. So don't glue that. Was that page 20? Was it step 67? Okay, I don't see why. It might be more of a case, don't glue it yet, this section. Wait till you plug the tail on so you can align it. I'm guessing that's what they mean by all that. That way you make sure it's all flush with the tail piece. So it'd be, be going with what they say there and dry fit and check it all. Right, intake section, you've got a separate plug-on piece and the intake, the ring. That's a bit like their Javelin, how it was engineered, and your rear engine nozzle section is another separate piece that plugs on. You got the flaps, so you got the options of neutral or deployed, and same with the slats. Your rear stabilizer section going together. By the looks of it, that they're not showing you an option for them to be deployed. And you got the speed brake, so you can also have your speed brake opened or closed. Obviously it adds more to the display of the model if you have it open, more detail showing, a bit of eye-catching interest. Into the bomb by area by the looks of it. They got the end bulkheads going in. This was earlier on when they were choosing the schemes. I think the one I'd want to do, red flag, I think the belly's shut, but the other one had it open, displaying bombs. And again, if you're having it open, you've got internal detail to add to it. Alright, nose gear. Looks like they've moulded their wheels with weight on wheels, which I'm pretty sure they've been doing. I think they do it all the time now, from all the kits I've seen recently anyway. Main gear legs. And the gear doors. There's some decals that need to go on the gear legs. They highlight throughout. Alright, parts going on the wings, pods or whatever they're for. The arrestor hook section, several pieces to that. So back here you got, which there's different configurations for different schemes, so again you need to be careful of what's going on there. We got old mate with his hands on his lap on Airfix, just tweak that figure a bit, make him that he's actually doing something, and they might be worthwhile to use. Options. Okay, so they've given you there's two windscreens. One's got a windscreen wiper molded into it, but if you want to get aftermarket, you use the one without. So I haven't looked. I'm sure there's sets out now for this model. It's been out a while. I'd probably do a set or something. You can put your photo etch wiper on, but I'm doing this one out of box for the category I want to enter it in next year. So right. You got options with the canopy as well by the looks of it. You got the det cord in one, and one looks like it doesn't, or they just haven't drawn it in there. So this one A, C, D schemes, and this one for B scheme, and you can have it open and closed. And you got the refueling probe going on the front, and you got the antenna and whatnot going on it. The sensors. And you're onto the weapons. So by the looks of it, you got a bit there to choose from. So you get the bombs, fuel tanks, sidewinders, paveway laser guided bomb, and your pods, and you got the boarding ladders, which is a nice touch, and you get the FOD covers as well, which is also a nice touch, and you get the engine covers as well. So guess what I'll be doing. And then you got your wings folded, and here's your crikey stencil data. So you got each scheme there, stencil data for each scheme. So again, that probably makes it easier, so you don't have to go backwards and forwards. So is that this one? That's all on one page. Alright, so you got your schemes, the Desert Storm scheme, which is really nice. Your colours, of course, will be Humbrol. That's the one I shall be doing. I love it, love it. And you got we got 15 Squadron Royal Air Force, Larbrook, Germany 71, and 12 Squadron Royal Air Force, Lossiemouth, Scotland 1993. I really like full wraparound camo, better than the light grey on the side, but that's just me. Oh, excuse me, every time I record, bloody frog in my throat. Alright, so you got huge decal sheet, but having seen how much stencil data there is, I know why. All good. You got decals for the harnesses, and again, I never have issues with Airfix's decals. Alright, so I'm just going to grab what's on top, which happens to be weapons. Yet again, they've used the biggest bag they could possibly find. It's just insane. Alright, so you got parts for the drop tanks, you got pylons, the bombs, was that part of the paveway weapon? We got some of the control surfaces, the wings, and looks like some internals, and the stabilizer, rear stabilizer. Oh. Alright, so there's your FOD covers, which are nicely detailed. Can save you a lot of hassle of doing seam lines in the intake and the engine area. This will be all that detail if you're having your engine bay open and bomb bay. More weapons, some of those sensor pods, whatever they're for. The bomb bay door. Alright, gear, doors, seats, parts of the cockpit and the gear legs. We got nice detail on the doors internally. Combing for the instrument panel. Oh, so I haven't seen any clear parts yet, but they're in here. Oh man. Jeez. I guess we just buy one bag fits all these days by the looks of it. There. Alright, so yeah. Plenty of nice detail in that bomb bay. It's almost a shame to have it shut. You got some details inside the nose section on the cockpit tub wall. Hopefully where the detail is the only spot that's seen, otherwise there's some ejection pin marks that need cleaning up, so a bit of dry fitting and checking there. And tub, which is the details being added to it, all those pieces I saw a minute ago. Alright, so we got here, so you got all the trunking for the engine area, intake, engine, exhaust section. So this looks like that part that goes in the nose you put your weight into, and you got some detail for the, so it's part of the gear bay, and you got the fans. And of course we got old mates sitting there with their hands in the lap. You'd think they'd actually do that, put them that you can pose their hands or something, because that would be huge difference, because they're not that, I mean, they're not as good as resin. Yeah, they are a bit bland, I guess, but I don't know. They should just take the time and make them better. Alright, okay. What's that? That's a pile of sprue glue. Alright, so it's parts, the wing tips or something there. That was in the inside the cockpit. I don't know if it's like a, it looks like it was a movable part. I don't know what purpose it serves. Okay, so there is one with det cord and one without. That becomes a, I'll have to go back and look at the decals, see if they give you a decal for that. And the two windscreens, so you got the wiper or without, but it's overall pretty good. Bit of a scuff mark there, but that's what happens when you put them in a bag and they float around. Did we have I'm not saying anything there. For the det cord. Alright, so there you go. It's going to be a big old beast by the looks of it. Yeah, so going to add some stills now. Thanks for watching.